If you're thinking about buying a second home in Breckenridge, here is what most agents are not going to tell you, but things that you absolutely need to know before investing into the lifestyle. We're going to cover things like cost of living, why short-term rental investing just isn't what it used to be, and what most people completely overlook before buying in Breckenridge. So this is going to be your unfiltered guide to living here in Breckenridge. My name is Anthony Soul, a real estate advisor with Live Sotheby's International Realty who lives here. It's going to be your true local guide. I live and breathe this lifestyle every single day. So I will develop a personalized guide for you so you know exactly which neighborhood is going to be perfect for you and your family. And so you buy once and you buy right. Feel free to text me, call me, or email me at the contact information on the screen right here. Now let's get into the video. Number one, let's start with the cost of living. Breckenridge in Summit County isn't cheap. Between living at 9,000 feet and dealing with snow removal, groceries, gas, things are just expensive here. And that's before you factor in things like HOA fees, private club fees, ski gear, storage fees. I mean, there's so many different things to consider. So on average, about 30 to 50% more than what you'll see down in the city. Now, this is not a reason not to buy. It's just a warning that, hey, this is not like living in a major city. This is a luxury resort community. So be ready to bring the checkbook and understand that if you want this incredible lifestyle that only so few people can afford, you're gonna have to pay for it. And so what's great about that is that because not a lot of people can afford it, it ends up giving that private luxury exclusive feeling. So when you end up buying in a neighborhood like Timber Trail or Shock Hill or Highlands, it feels like it's just you and a quiet few neighbors that really get to enjoy the serenity of an exclusive mountain neighborhood, and it doesn't have that city feel whatsoever because, again, most people just can't afford it. Number two, let's talk about short-term rental investing. And for all intents and purposes, it's dead. No longer is this a market that you can leverage 20 to 30% down into a short-term rental Airbnb style condo and cash flow. The fees now have just gotten so astronomical. The cost of the property, the mortgage, the interest rates. Let's just break it down very quickly, right? So you're buying a condo for, let's say, $600,000 on the low end, and you want to put 20% down and you want to put it on Airbnb. That condo at best may generate $50,000 to $60,000 a year if it's well managed. Now you have to factor in your 25% property management fee that comes off of the top. Then there's the 12.5% lodging tax that Breckenridge imposes that comes off the top. Then there's your HOA, then there's your mortgage, then your capital expenditures, and so many other things that, you know, could get factored in that you might not even see. Unforeseen costs, variable costs, pretty much all of that. There's no scenario in which you're not paying out of pocket to own that investment property. And unless you're putting anywhere from 80 to 90% down to paying full cash, there's really not a lot of scenarios where you can cash flow. So for those investors who are looking to buy here for the ROI perspective or their annualized rate of return perspective, just forget it. If you want to invest here, look at it as like a forced savings account where you buy the property and it is likely going to appreciate because of the scarcity of buildable land here in Summit County. That's what investing in Summit County is like. You put $600,000 into your property, which is your forced savings account or your brokerage account, and you'll get 5% distributions or short-term rental revenue once all of your expenses are paid. So investors, forget it. There's better markets, and I belong to Sotheby's International Realty, so I'm connected globally, and I can find you a better market to do that type of investing. Specifically here, we are looking at offsetting costs for the luxury second home buyer. So if you're looking to buy a $3, $4, $5, $6 million home and even higher, in some cases, this is for you, right? You are looking to create a legacy for the family where you can walk to skiing, walk to amenities, things of that nature. And the short-term rental revenue just offsets some cost. So on these homes that range from $4 to $6 million, typically generate anywhere from $150 all the way up to $300,000 in revenue. And actually, we have a property management company that we're going to be talking with in a future video here, and they are luxury property managers and have done amazing things with properties out here in terms of generating revenue and completely revamping the experience for the short-term Airbnb guest. So if you need resources in terms of having somebody properly manage your home as a short-term rental, stay tuned because we have a great guest coming on to the channel here. But yeah, basically short-term rental investing, dead in Summit County. It's mainly if you're gonna buy your legacy home, it's gonna help offset some costs. Number 3, winter is long. A lot of real estate agents won't tell you this because they just assume that you know about the winters here. It's not uncommon that it will last from mid-October all the way into the end of May. So we live at high altitude. It's part of the territory of living up here, but you know what? It's tons of fun, right? If you're a big snow enthusiast, if you like powder, if you like snow, if you like the cold, this is the place to be. And the ironic thing is, for those of you coming from the East Coast, it's actually so much better than an East Coast winter. I myself grew up in New York, and the East Coast winters were just brutal. And I've even heard it from people who have traveled all over the world. They say those New England winters are some of the worst in the world. Here, it's not like that. Here, you get a big snowstorm, and then the sun pops out, and when it's 35 degrees and sunny, I swear there will be days in the middle of January, February, where I could be skiing in a t-shirt or walking around town in a t-shirt because the sun is just so intense. So it's more of a dry winter than a humid winter. And so just because winter is long doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. If you're going to spend any place in the country in winter, which most of the lower 48 do get winter, and then when it's not snowing, you'll be outside, it's sunny, it's beautiful, you're getting the sun, you can almost tan some days. It's really incredible. So although the winter is long, it is probably the best place to spend winter of any state in the entire country. Number 4, neighborhoods matter way more than you think. If you don't have a seasoned guide helping you to buy a place here, they could steer you into the wrong neighborhood and you can regret your buying decision so heavily. And this is why it's so important to have a guide like myself to help navigate you into the right neighborhood. Again, text me, call me, and we can have a quick chat about what that looks like. But I'll tell you this. So if you have, let's say, the ideal home that you found on Zillow, right? Like you love the pictures, you love the layout of the home, you love the views, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, this is the home for me. I'm sure of it. And then you come here after you've bought the home, right? Because you buy it sight unseen. It's pretty common up here. And then you get to know the neighborhood a little bit. A couple of months goes by, and then you find that your commute to Breckenridge just isn't what you thought it was, right? Or maybe you want to have a property that's ski in, ski out, but ski in, ski out isn't exactly as it's advertised on the MLS or on Zillow. A lot of properties here claim ski in, ski out, but what that really means is that you're within 100 yards of a chairlift. So you're still walking, still lugging gear to the chairlift instead of skiing right into your home, or instead of skiing right onto the run. So picking the right neighborhood, as you can see from these examples, is crucial, because if you want something that's truly private, truly away from everybody, if you want that cabin in the woods feel, there's neighborhoods for that. If you want the amenities, if you want the walkability, if you want to be right in the action, there's neighborhoods for that. And so just because you find a pretty home on Zillow and the pictures look great doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be right for your lifestyle. So let's have that chat and talk, because I promise you, if you buy into the wrong neighborhood, you're going to regret your decision and you're ultimately going to hate living here, which is not what we want, right? We want you guys to love it here. I want you to be my neighbor. I want you to be able to call me and say, hey, Anthony, like check on my house. I need, I'm out of town, or hey, let's go skiing for the day. My kids are not here and I just want to like go rip the gnarly runs with you. Or hey, could maybe show my kids like where the fun, easy green runs are, like whatever it is. I want to be that guide for you. And a lot of real estate agents just look at this business as transactional, and they might steer you into the wrong neighborhood and ruin your experience here. We don't want that. Number 5, Breckenridge still has tons of room for growth. And I mean specifically on the appreciation front. Buildable land, we are kind of running pretty low on buildable land, and we're not going to be expanding into the national forests. So the buildable land aspect of it kind of fading away, but because of that scarcity and the high demand, likely your property is going to appreciate 5-10 years down the line. And what's really great about Breckenridge and Summit County is it is super undervalued when compared to places like Vail, Aspen, Telluride, and even Steamboat Springs. And that makes us one of the most affordable ski towns in Colorado. The other great thing about being one of the most affordable ski towns in Colorado is that we're only an hour to an hour and a half drive down to Denver. And so you've got incredible proximity to Denver. You've got, in my opinion, undervaluation compared to other mountain towns. So you have a huge buyer pool from the Denver market because they love coming up to Summit County. And so luxury homes here can be bought at again, in my opinion, a complete bargain. A $3 to $4 million home here in Breckenridge or Summit County is going to be valued at like 6 or 7 million. So if you're looking to create an incredible legacy, there's going to be some fantastic opportunity. Now, I did mention the buildable land not being there. There are still a few new projects happening specifically in Breckenridge right now. And so there's opportunity here. And again, on an average of $1,000 to $1,500 a square foot, super undervalued when comparing it to other mountain towns. All right, the last and final truth here is that legacy homes require a plan. It is not just as simple as, oh, I'm gonna buy this house and we'll come here a couple weeks out of the year and I'll bring the family and just, it's easy. Right? Like, no, you have a home that is in the mountains of Colorado where we have long, harsh winters. And if your home isn't properly managed, then that could be a complete nightmare for you when all you want to do is just show up and have everything taken care of for you. So having a guide like myself, someone who's going to be there for you even well after the transaction, is going to be super beneficial because I'm going to be able to point you to the right resources so that your home is managed properly. And I'm not talking about vacation rental management. I'm just talking about like actual property itself management, meaning that someone's going to show up at the house once every few weeks, check the mechanical systems, check the overall condition of the home, make sure the hot tub's chemicals are balanced. If you're coming into town, making sure that all the grocery shopping is done so you don't even have to think about it, making sure your cars are clean and maintained and ready to go. I'm talking like luxury features, right? I personally want everything done for me. So when I come here, my family can just get right to the action. Also, you want your gear to be ready for you, right? There's a couple of companies that I can point you to out here that will have your skis prepped, waxed, everything ready to go. So basically the idea is when you fly in from wherever you're flying in from, when you pull into the driveway of the home, everything is taken care of. So you can get right to the slopes, right to skiing, right to après ski, whatever it is you want to do. It's just ease, right? When I think of luxury, I think ease. I think convenience. I think everything is just done for me and I can just take a deep breath and relax. I can shut down the rest of the world and just be with my family. So again, you're going to need a local guide like myself to help structure that plan for you well after the home has closed, and I'm more than happy to do that. Guys, again, my name is Anthony Soul with Live Sotheby's International Realty, a luxury real estate advisor here in Breckenridge and Summit County and all across the Colorado mountain luxury resort markets. I have luxury real estate advisors that I'm connected with that will handle every step of the way and guide you into the perfect situation for you and your family. And if you're ready to get started, my phone number and email are right here on the screen. So feel free to call me, text me, email me, whatever you prefer, and we will set up that personalized guide and luxury and legacy plan for you and your family so you guys can start living your Colorado mountain adventure. And I will see you guys in the next video.